This is Farnborough, 1959, the 20th flying display and exhibition organised by the Society of British Aircraft Constructors. Farnborough in southern England, the largest and most famous air show in the world. It reflects the growth of a whole industry, and its success is the success of British aircraft. One of the fascinations of this industry is its variety. One newcomer isn't really a plane at all, but as a revolution in transport, the hovercraft is attracting great interest at home and abroad. It may one day be as much in demand as the Viscount, which has earned a premier position on the air routes of the world. There's always a tremendous overseas interest in Farnborough, but never before has the show attracted so many visitors from abroad. Their numbers reflect the importance of the industry in world markets. Indeed, the first 8 months of the year had set an export record. And there was every sign that 1959 would be an all-time high. Since the war, overseas buyers have spent nearly £900 million on British aviation products. And exports are now running at the rate of £3.5 million a week. Here's the well-known Hawker Hunter. Besides earning £200 million worth of overseas orders, it highlights another significant function of the industry, that is to provide weapons to fulfill Britain's defense. Now the flying display itself. The show lasts for 7 days, and the daily climax begins with the aircraft being towed out and made ready for flight. To watch a flying display at Farnborough is an experience few can forget. The variety of machines, the impeccable timing of their performance, the stopwatch regularity of takeoff and landing. There's always a tremendous thrill of anticipation about it. Over 350,000 visitors saw this year's display, and they had perfect weather for it too. First in the programme is the Comet, and de Havilland's chief test pilot, John Cunningham, goes aboard to show off the 4B version to the waiting crowds. Powered by 4 Rolls-Royce Avon jets, its takeoff run is exceptionally short. Let's go upstairs and get alongside the Comet in the air. This is one advantage of seeing Farnborough on film. Wearing the colourful new livery of British European Airways, it will start operating early in 1960. The standard Comet 4 is already in service with BOAC and other airlines. The use of reverse thrust enables it to operate from quite small airfields. We spotted the Crown Prince of Nepal among spectators watching another jet, the pocket-size Folland Gnat, a 2-seat training version of this lightweight fighter. Incidentally, this prototype had only flown for 10 hours before its Farnborough appearance. It's a development of the single-seat fighter beyond. Another jet trainer is the 2-seater version of the English Electric Lightning. This machine first flew in the spring of 1959, and it has the same performance as the fighter version. In other words, it's fully supersonic. The single-seat fighter furthest from the camera has been ordered in quantity for the Royal Air Force. Blackburn Aircraft's contribution in the transonic field is the NA-39, a 2-seater strike aircraft for the Navy designed to give the high speed and accurate control needed for low-level attack. In its class, it's been described as ahead of any other aircraft in the world. Always a Farnborough highlight, formation aerobatics by the services. A twinkle roll. A new maneuver by scimitar jets introduces the pilots of the Royal Navy. Now have another look at the hovercraft. Floating on a cushion of air supplied from an Alvis Leonides piston engine, it glides over land or water without touching the surface. Its potential as a cross-channel or river ferry has brought many inquiries from overseas, and its designers are hoping to follow this prototype with a version weighing 40 tons. In striking contrast, here is the tremendous power potential of the V-bomber. Watch this fantastic takeoff of the Avro Vulcan. This version, the B-2, is a development of the world's first four-jet Delta wing bomber. After a slow fly past, its four Bristol Siddeley Olympus jets hurl the huge machine into the sky. As for the brand new airliners at Farnborough, the largest is the Vickers Vanguard. This machine has made a tremendous impact both at home and abroad. The reasons aren't hard to find. Vickers claim that its economy with Rolls-Royce Tyne engines could cut many passenger fares by 50%. Its design is the result of their experience with over 400 Viscounts. Another machine with a variety of uses is the Fairey Rotodyne, famous as the world's first vertical takeoff airline. Here's a Rotodyne's angle on the Farnborough scene. Down below, a visitor from Bahrain looks on as the Rotodyne goes through its paces. It combines the merits of helicopter and fixed-wing airliner, vertical takeoff and landing, and forward flight at nearly 200 miles an hour. The production version will carry 65 passengers. Now, what's all this? A cabin full of nurses gives a vivid example of the capacity of this remarkable machine. Research into vertical flight has produced some great advances. The short SC-1 is a Delta wing research machine powered by 5 Rolls-Royce jets. It uses the thrust of 4 of them to give vertical lift. The other one drives it along. The lifting jets can also be inclined to give a forward thrust or directed forwards to act as a brake. It's the first machine of its type in the world. Now back to the runway where Hawker hunters are lining up for one of Farnborough's aerobatic displays. These are the men and machines of Treble 1 Squadron Royal Air Force, known collectively and expressively as the Black Arrows. Chapter of aviation progress, written in the sky.